exists in life is to monitor, to guard, to make sure so that you don't drift off. After knowing what you know, after knowing that reality exists, that Zat, Sifat, Asma, Af'al, La ilaha illallah, 50. 50 is essence, attribute, names, and action. And action is doing something. What is he doing? Absolute give, constant give. And the 18 is also this discussion about Zat, Sifat, Asma, Af'al, essence, attribute, names, and action. But the 18 element, the creation element, constant receiving. La ilaha illallah, constant giving. So if it's constant giving, what is it that constant receiving? Then we talk about the three great gifts. Ijad, Imdad, Huda wa Rashad. From non-existent to existent, and then from that existent, you come to that aspect of continuity of that existent, and then the conscious of that existence. Because before you can talk about secondary experiencing, you don't like someone or someone treat you badly or this and that, whatever you can complain. You cannot complain if you doesn't exist. Can you? How can you even complain if you doesn't exist? You cannot complain. You become ghost there already. God. For you to complain or to say anything good or bad, first condition, you have to exist first. Not just that, there are some people come to the world, 5 minutes gone, it's dead. 4 o'clock delivered, 5 minutes, it's dead. So which means the second one, sustain and maintain that existence. After you exist, can you claim now you are the one that maintain and sustain your existence? Can you claim you are the one that maintain and sustain your heartbeat? So now, oh my God, yes. So after coming into existence, maintain and sustaining, nothing to do with you. These three aspects is absolutely God intervention, not human intervention, purely. That's where you express Allah wahdahu la sharika lah. Allah, the source, la ilaha illallah, wahdahu, only one. No interference. Wahdah. La sharika lah. And there's no association. Okay, there's no joint venture. To maintain and sustain our being exists right now, you can't claim you joint venture with God. You can't. And then, after that, okay, you constant maintain and sustain your existence. The third one, conscious. There are some people in ICU now. He exists, he's breathing, he's functioning, but there's no conscious. So these three aspects. When we talk about the primary circle, we are talking about ni'matul ijad, ni'matul imdad, ni'matul huda wa rashad. That's it. And the one that really understood this reality and functioning at the level of ma'asum is Muhammad Rasulullah. A person that can maintain and sustain every second, every moment in facing challenges of life. The munafiqun, the kafirun, the fasiqun come and face him and say something to him. He managed to maintain and sustain that reality, uncorrupted, to the point he's been called the smiling prophet. And if you look at his life, Lord have mercy. أشد الناس بلاء الأنبياء ثم صالح ثم الأمثال فالأمثال. أشد الناس بلاء, the most person that have tribulation is the prophet. ثم صالح, and then the righteous. ثم الأمثال فالأمثال, then the people that follow the righteous and follow the people that follow the righteous. That's it. But yet, the smiling prophet. Why? Because he understood that reality. He accepted that reality and he stayed there. So disciple, when they meet the prophet, they drown with that reality. Because they drown, Abu Bakr as-Siddiq become Abu Bakr as-Siddiq. Sayyidina Umar al-Khattab become Sayyidina Umar al-Khattab. Sayyidina Uthman bin Affan become Sayyidina Uthman bin Affan. Sayyidina Ali karamallahu wajha become Sayyidina Ali karamallahu wajha. These four main character of disciple close to the prophet. They become what they become because when they meet the messenger of God, they accept him. They look at him at that purity of connectivity to the point they drown. And then when the prophet went, disciple, And the one that meet disciple, they drown too. One disciple had drowned by the Prophet. The people that meet the disciple, they get drowned too. And then the disciple went, a continuity of that. Until now, the present teacher. So now when you come, you are in that tug-of-war of drowning. And you're all drowning. Your old drowning is complain, blame, condemn, and judging. 6 billion, 7 billion people, now when you meet a teacher, because you're so good at blame, condemn, and judge, fight, now when you meet a teacher, you want to do the same thing. Because otherwise you could not feel you. You're numb. If nothing happened today, no one to be blamed, you can't feel. You want to feel that, isn't it? Because that's how you get feel, experience life. So negative is easy. Just one match. I can put one match here, burn the whole deck. Negative. Positive, to build the deck that we can see. How long they take time to build this deck? 6 months, 7 months. Now you get a place to see. But to burn it, so just 1 minute. To be negative is easy. Because of that, most people tends to become more negative than positive. So our job, understood the module, understood the risala, the message of the Prophet, is only two. To recognize the primary circle and secondary circle. But because we are so used in the secondary circle, so we can kind of fluctuate. We doesn't know how to self-regulate to that primary circle. That sweet spot, present moment, with the one that exists with absolute good, mutlaq, khair mutlaq, ham mutlaq, hul mutlaq. To engage, to know that, to see that, to witness that, and to feel that. That is our state. We experience that. But because we change the meaning, when you experience good, any good that you experience, we does not know how to attribute back to the source, because we are so used to attribute any good experience back to the thing. And number one thing is back to you. I am the one, the cause. Because I did that. Because I climbed the mountain. Me. So therefore I feel the breeze. Yes, I see this in it. I. That's what the greatest hijab, the greatest veil for human psyche is the veil of the self. The self that looks to itself. Ananiya. Yes, me. That's why sometimes you may have a lot of knowledge. You've been exposed to a lot of knowing knowledge, but you end up building up that self that looks to itself. And so subtle, because outwardly you can put all the Quran, Hadith, Ijma' ulama, Qiyas, Kalamullah, Kalam Rasul, Kalam ulama. You have a good reference. By making all the reference, you start to imagine that's who you are. It's just like someone that read a lot of kitab about farming. He's thinking that I'm the great farmer. So this is something that one should really look at oneself and try to understand and bring yourself back to that sweet spot, present moment. Present moment. That present is connected to us moment. To the ability to manage, the ability to sustain and maintain that present moment. That is the key. Now I'm talking to you. One aspect you understood, but you might lost the present moment. So the ability to sit in the circle, same time maintain and sustain that sweet spot, present moment. Because all my word, my sentence, my expression, my narrative never come out about the present moment. Never. But yet you lost the present moment. Why? Because most of us, before we come to the circle, we in that secondary circle, and that secondary circle all is about callousness and heedlessness, not consciousness and awareness. And we are so used to know knowledge, and then just know to know, not from knowing to anchor to your heart and be. We are not so good at that yet. We're so good at knowing, and then what more? What more? You want to know more and more, but being less. It should be from knowing to being. But if you're somewhat knowing to knowing, that's annoying. They were so annoying, you meet someone that from knowing to knowing. And you're around them, Lord have mercy. So annoying, not being it. And he can't see it. Because the moment he speaks, he veils himself, he can't see it. Because knowledge, by its nature, you can bring yourself to us. That's why you need a teacher. Teacher that have that drowned. Teacher that already have anchored himself. Maintain and sustain. That primary circle, secondary circle. And that primary circle is a state of a believer. We as a believer, that is our job, to maintain and sustain that primary circle, that sweet spot of present moment.